Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see indicators of compromise in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint. Well, in general, what do you understand by indicators of compromise or IOCs? An indicator of compromise is a forensic artifact observed on the network or on the host. An IOC indicates with high confidence a computer or network intrusion has occurred. IOCs are observable, which links them directly to measurable events. Some examples would include hashes of known malwares, signatures of malicious network traffic, URLs of domains that are known malware distributors. To halt other compromise or prevent breaches of known IOCs, successful IOC tools should be able to detect all malicious data that is enumerated by the tool's rules set. So I'll just log on to the portal and take it from there. Okay, before you create an indicator for file or indicator for IPs, URLs, domains, certificates, or you manage indicators, make sure that behavior monitoring is enabled, cloud-based protection is enabled, is turned on, cloud protection network connectivity is functional, and to start or managing or blocking the files, you need to turn on block or allow feature in settings for the Microsoft Defender portal. So if you come to systems, you click on settings, click on endpoints, general, advanced features, and if you will allow or block file. Make sure that Windows Defender antivirus is turned on and the cloud-based protection feature is enabled in your organization to use the allow or block file feature. Okay. Other features you can also make sure that they are turned on. Now there are some Windows prerequisites. The feature is available if your tenant uses Microsoft Defender antivirus in active mode. I'll explain what is the difference between active and passive mode for Microsoft Defender antivirus in other videos. The anti-malware client version must be the latest or later. Please check on Microsoft documentation. I think it should be minimum 4.18 or 0.1901.123, whatever is going on. And the feature is supported on devices running Windows 10, Windows 11, 2012 R2, 16, 19 and 22. It can be enabled on Mac or Linux as well. Make sure that you are using the latest version on Mac and Linux and you're meeting all the prerequisites. Now if you want to create an indicator for file, okay, so you need to first system settings, you need to go to endpoints, and in here there will be a section under rules which says indicators. Now you have these options: file hashes, IP addresses, URLs, domains or certificates. Okay. Now if you want to understand how exactly this will work, get a brief about Microsoft indicators. Now as a general rule, you should only create indicators for known bad IOCs or for any file websites that should be explicitly allowed in your organization. For more information on the types of sites that Defender for Endpoint can block by default, you need to understand Microsoft Defender Smart Screen feature. I'll give an overview of this in another video. So false positives refers to a smart screen false positive such that it's considered to be a malware or phish, but actually it is not a threat. So you want to create an allow policy for it. Now you can also help drive improvements to Microsoft Security Intelligence by submitting false positives and suspicious or known bad IOCs for analysis. If a warning or block is incorrectly shown for a file or application, or if you suspect an undetected file is malware, you can submit a file to Microsoft for review. I've shown it in my previous video where I talked about submissions and suppression rules creators. Now, if you come on this screen, if you want to, let's say, create an indicator for file. When you are under this screen, you click on add item. file hash. So in here you need to select the file hash. So you need to mention all the details, specify the entity details and define the expiration of the indicator. File hash, title, description, and when does it expires. You want to set the custom date, you can also do that. Alright, you want to know the action, you can also do that. And if you want to do it for an IP address, add item, mention the IP address, whatever, right? Hypothetical, title IP, description IP. Make sure that you mention the description properly. Response section, select the action to take whenever this IP is found. If you think that it's a false positive, you're getting malicious alerts or phish alerts for this particular IP or any IP in your tenant, and you think it's not virus or phish or malware, and it's kind of that bad artifact, you can click on allow. What would be the organizational scope? I would want to allow this from all of the devices in my organization. You get a summary and then you click on submit. I'll delete it later on. It's a private IP address, that's why it's invalid, because it belongs to the default private range. But you will need to add a correct IP address or a URL domain or a certificate to create an indicator. Alright, so when you actually create an indicator in your production environment, there are IOCs detection engines. Now, supported Microsoft sources of IOCs are Cloud Detection Engine for Defender for Endpoint, Automated Investigation and Remediation Engine in Microsoft Defender for Endpoint, and Endpoint Prevention Engine for Microsoft Defender Antivirus. Now, what do you understand by cloud detection? And then the cloud detection engine of Defender for Endpoint regularly scans collected data and tries to match the indicator we set. When there is a match, action is taken according to the settings we specified in the IOCs, if it's an allow, block, whatever. Now, when there is Endpoint Prevention Engine, the same list of indicators is honored by the prevention engine, meaning if Microsoft Defender Antivirus is the primary antivirus configured, the matched indicators are treated according to the settings. And then there is Automated Investigation and Remediation Engine. It behaves similarly to the Endpoint Prevention Engine. And for example, if an indicator is set to allow, Automated Investigation and Remediation ignores a bad verdict for it. If it's set to block, Automated Investigation Remediation treats it as a bad entity. We can allow the indicator, audit, warn, block the execution, block and remediation of that particular IOC. And as I told you, we can create indicators for file hashes, IP addresses, URLs, /domains or certificates. Available actions like block and remediate action is not available for an IP address or for URLs and domains or for certificates. Certificates only has allow and block and remediate action. Alright. So I believe this was informational for all of you guys. If you have any further queries, please mention them in the comment section and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Have a good day.